Modern F1 cars are without a doubt mind-boggling creations. Grown men are being transformed into little boys craving their toys. By their sleek design, astounding performance numbers, and their handling on the track, those of us who adore Formula One smugly describe it as the apex of motorsports, the ultimate manifestation of automotive engineering, and the peak of automobile design. One would expect Lamborghini, the automobile brand with a sleek and opulent style, to be at the forefront of this sport because nothing would please brand admirers more than to watch them compete. However, Lamborghini does not compete in Formula One. Although they initially dabbled in Formula One, Lamborghini later withdrew and only recently returned to the sport with the Lamborghini Super Trofeo. There may yet be hope, as the VW Group, which owns Lamborghini, is interested in joining F1. Let's look into the details more closely. To manage its growing Formula One program, Lamborghini formed a subsidiary called Lamborghini Engineering in 1988. In 1989, they joined the championship as an engine supplier. Lamborghini Engineering gave Mauro Foggieri the task of designing and constructing a Formula One car with the aid of Mario Tolentino. In the end, the business's first attempt at creating and manufacturing a Formula One vehicle happened in 1991. Mauro Baldi had driven for Spirit and Alfa Romeo in the past, which qualified him as the man for the job. By the summer of 1990, the team at Lamborghini Engineering had made significant progress on their Formula One project, having constructed a rolling chassis ready for testing. However, a major setback occurred when key team member and financial backer Gonzalez Luna disappeared along with all of his money, leaving the team in a difficult position as they had been relying on his financial support. It is unclear what ultimately happened to Luna, his money, or how the team could continue their work without his financial support. The team was severely financially strained as a result. Still, Lamborghini was enthusiastic about going forward with the project because they already had the engines and a Formula One car. So, the financial hurdle was not enough to stop them. The Italian corporation pumped money into the team to keep its head over the stormy waters. It was relocated to Modena, Italy, and received a new name to represent the location. After that, they began the 1991 Formula One season under the leadership of former Fila CEO and Italian tycoon Carlo Petrucco. They were known as Modena Team Spa at the start of the season, but the name change confused people. As a result, the chassis was listed on the entry as Modena, and it was powered by an engine bearing the Lamborghini badge. The vehicle had the name Lambo 291. Eric Van Poelle and Nicola Larini were also chosen as the team's drivers. As the starting flag waved at the San Marino Grand Prix, Van de Poelle's car roared to life, ready to take on the competition. He fought his way through the pack, pushing his car to the limit as he chased down the leaders. With just a few laps to go, he found himself in a solid 5th place, on the brink of earning valuable points in the World Championship. But just as victory seemed within reach, disaster struck. A fuel system issue forced Van de Poelle to halt on the final lap, just inches from the finish line. Despite his best efforts, he could not move his car again and was forced to watch helplessly as the other racers streamed past. When the dust had settled, Van de Poelle had to be content with a heartbreaking 9th place finish. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but he knew that he had given it his all and would return stronger in the next race. The team suffered severe financial hardship even up till the middle of the season due to its inability to secure any significant sponsorships and Lamborghini's refusal to provide additional cash. The team was at a crossroads as a result of Modena Squad Spa's debt near the end of the season. They eventually failed to overcome their second wave of financial problems and packed up before the 1992 season. Lamborghini's boss, Winkelmann, said in an interview that Lamborghini does not have any plans to join Formula One anytime soon. We think Formula One is something which is not a part of our idea for the future, because when we speak about motorsport, it always has to have a relationship to the street legal cars, Winkelmann said. Given that Lamborghini is a member of the Volkswagen Group, its chances of competing in Formula One are slim as long as Volkswagen refuses to invest in it. Members of the VP Group, Porsche, and Audi are actively involved in discussions for the new Formula One engine formula for 2026. So why isn't Lamborghini lining up to participate? The reasons are many. First and foremost, Lamborghini has never really cared about motorsport. Lamborghini's decision favors a fast, fashionable, and entertaining street car. They have rarely ever been and are currently not engaged in manufacturing race vehicles. Yes, Lamborghini produces track-ready variants of its vehicles such as the Huracan STO and Cup racing cars. However, this is because their clients expect to be able to compete on the track. When Ferruccio Lamborghini became disappointed with his Ferrari, he formed Lamborghini. He believed that his Ferrari's 250 GT was a race car that had been passed off as a road car by Ferrari's engineers, and that these compromises had been made to make the car faster on the racetrack. Rumors even say that he and Enzo Ferrari got into a heated debate in Italy about the clutch on his 250 GT. Ferruccio Lamborghini wanted an exotic car that was both quick and comfortable, what we now refer to as a Grand Touring car. The cars start to look like race cars after the Countach, but that is more about style and prestige than pure speed. Another reason why Lambo isn't joining Formula One is their concerns about their brand image. Formula One competition would entail significant losses. Lamborghini will need to develop the organizational skills necessary to be competitive and then find the improvements that could elevate their engines and vehicles to the top. The squad would also have to settle for mid-tier and rookie drivers with barely enough years of experience because it will take time to acquire elite talent. This lack of skilled personnel would be detrimental to Lambo's brand image. The hearts of their loyal fans would be shredded in pieces when they see them at the bottom of the leaderboards and hear sports media reports on their failures. Fast automobiles are a trademark of the Lamborghini brand. Chrysler management, which briefly owned Lamborghini, was aware of this risk when they chose to enter Lamborghini into Formula One in the early 1990s. Even though it possessed a Lamborghini engine and chassis, they decided to call its factory squad Modena instead of Lamborghini. Thirdly, Lamborghini doesn't want to look like they are less than Ferrari. Since 1950, Ferrari has participated in Formula One and has won 16 world championships. Undoubtedly, a new Lamborghini team would fall short of Ferrari just like any other new team. Even though Ferrari and Lamborghini are very different, most people mistakenly believe they both build pricey, fast sports cars. Despite having histories and business models that are rapidly diverging, both brands charge around the same prices for their cars. If they were to compete, the myth that Ferraris are faster than Lamborghinis would spread as soon as Lamborghini begins to lose to them. That directly undermines the reputation of the Lamborghini brand, and the cost of the vehicle would have to be lower than that of a Ferrari. The final reason why Lamborghini isn't competing in Formula One is that it costs a fortune to do so. It takes hundreds of millions of dollars in investment to become a Formula One team. This is regardless of whether the brand involved is a major brand trying to expand its technical department like Lamborghini did in the early 1990s or purchase an existing team. The biggest F1 spenders historically have been Mercedes and Ferrari, with each estimated to cover over $400 million in development and construction. Given that Lamborghini produces 7,000 to 8,000 automobiles annually, an F1 program would account for 1/5 of the company's earnings. Simply said, it isn't a wise investment. There are various reasons why Lamborghini might wish to refrain from competing in Formula One, including the company's history, losing to Ferrari, Volkswagen's entry of Audi and Porsche, etc. However, the reality is that Lamborghini does not need to participate in Formula One to sell vehicles at a large margin and preserve the impression that they are, indeed, very fast cars. At the moment, if Lamborghini wants to succeed in the market, they do not need to make any risky bets or invest aggressively. The brand doesn't require the fame or the track record that would come from participating in F1. The reputation of Lamborghini has never been higher. The market is driving up the demand for all Lamborghinis, both new and collectible, and their costs. Even vintage Lambos are in high demand right now. So why tinker with success when products like the Urus SUV are still shattering sales records? Without a Formula One team, Lamborghini is doing just fine. The ball is in their court if they choose to later in the future. Kudos to them. Subscribe to Get Around How so you don't miss future updates. And if you love fast cars, be sure to check out our video about the fastest electric cars in the world. See you there.